Today I will be filming a short tutorial on how to make basic slime. So you're just going to learn the basic slime using white school glue and liquid starch. So let's get right into it. Keep in mind, towards more of the end of this video, I'll give you a warning to turn up your headphones because there will be an ASMR section. So bye! So, let's start with making our slime. So this is just a simple tutorial. Of course, there are hundreds, possibly thousands of other tutorials out on the other internet that you can do, but I just chose to make a simple slime because I want to keep it low-key and not spend too much money. First, you're going to start with using some white school glue, which I already put into my bowl. And then, once you add that, just going to set this off to the side. You are going to use your liquid starch, and you're going to pour little by little into the bowl. I'm going to start mixing it. As you can see, let me zoom over that. As you can see, it's already starting to form a slime-like structure. Just going to keep mixing it. You're going to want to mix it until it's not sticky on your hands anymore. And yours might first turn out like this, where it looks like a giant blob. But mix all the other stuff in. If yours turns out like this, like mine did, you have to start kneading it. Now it is going to be really sticky at first, which is why you have to just keep kneading it and kneading it. If you need to, you can little by little add enough starch. I think I might add a little more starch to this because it is really sticky. Let me keep going. I think I'm going to add a little more starch because it's still really sticky. Now, I would recommend not using the recipe that involves borax. Mine uses liquid starch because regular borax, if you don't dilute it in water, is known to cause third-degree or worse burns. So I generally prefer not to use borax because I want to be safe, even though you can dilute it in water first. I just choose to use liquid starch instead. And yeah. Also, if you want pigmentation or color in your slime, then you can use food coloring to make it another color. As you can see, mine's starting to take form. So what I find really useful to do when you're kneading it to try to make it into a slime is you take the slime, right? Hold on, let me make it not so sticky. So you wrap it around your fingers like this, wrap it, and keep wrapping it until it makes like that, and then you try to pull it off with the other hand while your other hand keeps sloshing it back and forth. That's generally just what I do, but any other tactic will work. And I just chose to make a plain white slime too because I didn't really want to use color or anything like that, so I just chose to make a white slime. And like I said earlier, there are tons of other recipes you can do. This is just a really basic recipe that you can use. And I like to stick to the basics, so yeah. But like I said, there are other recipes out there you can try. I just want to make slime because I know the craze has died down a little bit, which is why I'm making this video now, because I know my slime isn't exactly the best slime ever or the most interesting slime since I just use an original recipe. It's not like a new recipe I found or anything. I don't know who first created this, but whoever did, credits to you. And I didn't like to do this during the trend. I find the basic recipe to be super easy and really helpful because all the other recipes cost a lot of money and you have to get different ingredients. I was lucky enough myself to already have liquid starch in our basement. And school glue I had to go run out and grab. And of course we already had food coloring at my house, but yeah, so. My slime is starting to come together a lot better. It is still a bit sticky though, so I might continue to add. I know you guys probably can't see from here, but down here I have like a bunch of loose glue and stuff that didn't make it into the slime, and there's a bunch of liquid starch down here. So the reason I keep putting my slime down here is I'm going to soak up the starch that is already in there, because I don't want to waste any more, you know? Sorry about that knocking, that's just my dad. Anyway, to any of you school students who got out on June 14th, like I did, which is today. For any of you school students like me that got out already, happy summer, my friends. Don't worry, summer is not me taking this long break. I will still be uploading, just not as often. It's really coming together now. It's really slimy. As you can see, like, my hands aren't sticky anymore. And I'm just going to continue to add little by little, just because I want to make sure that it's not going to be sticky anymore. Just looked over in the camera and my cat's giving me the evil eye. Also, you can add things if you want to, like you can add gems, beads, glitter, but with this recipe they won't stick very well. You'd be better off using like a foam slime recipe or something like that, because it makes the slime very sticky. As you can see, like, I do this, nothing's left, no residue here. No residue on my hands. Now, if you were going to use one of those recipes, like, we'll take, for instance, the foam slime. If you're going to do foam slime but did not want to do the part that makes it foamy, you can do that and then add things in. Because with the slime I'm doing right now, it's not very sticky, which is why things aren't going to stick in it. You know what I mean? Like if you, we'll say for example you wanted to add gems into this recipe, it might not and probably will not work, because this recipe is not for really sticky slime, like foam slime or crunchy slime, where it's really sticky because most of the stickiness goes away because it's absorbed by the rest of the items you put into your slime. So, I know there's not much action right now. It's literally just a video of me talking about slime crazes and summer break and stuff while I'm kneading slime, but yeah. So, roll it around in there one more time, and then I think, guys, I think this is the last time that I'm going to roll it around in here, and then I think I'll call it a day and start playing with it instead of kneading it. Just pick up all the stuff on the sides, all the extra glue, stuff that didn't make it into the slime. Oh, nope, that made it sticky again. More starch. Alright, here we go. I like this slime. Oh, it's just fantastic. And of course, there's a ton of other things you can add to make it better, like you can do fluffy slime, which use other stuff. Of course, if you wanted to, you could add like shaving cream to this recipe and make it into fluffy slime. But I personally just don't have any shaving cream because, yeah. We don't go to the store very often, except for like groceries, so I really don't have any shaving cream. But if you wanted to make it fluffy slime, you could add shaving cream. If you wanted to make it sticky, whereas like you can add things, beads, gems, etc. into it. Hold on, then all you have to do is not use as much starch in this recipe and make it more glue than starch. Because, of course, I'm not using equal parts of glue as starch. But if you were going to make it really sticky so you can add stuff into it, you're going to want to use more glue because the glue is what makes it really sticky. Alright guys, I will play with the slime in a minute, but for now I'm just going to keep kneading it. So, be right back. I'm going to do the classic thing every slime person has to do. Oh, it's just so fun to play with, guys. You seriously have to make this. Like, I can't describe what it feels like. And chances are, if you're watching this video, you probably have made slime. Unless you have younger siblings, then you probably haven't. Unless they're gone or your mother or father made you share with them. So, yeah. Anyway, if you haven't felt slime, and if you haven't, that's okay with me. I'm just saying, if you have the choice, or if you do get the chance to, I would definitely make slime. I'm not saying go all out and crazy, just make it. It's amazing. Seriously, it's awesome.